Good morning, Fab City. What's up? Welcome to It's Tea Time. Good morning on this Monday morning. Good morning. I want to share two things that have helped me tremendously in my journey, but also two things as I'm progressing on this spiritual journey that I see are very, very important and are needed. It is needed in our lives. First, I want to tell you what I'm grateful for this morning. This morning, I am grateful for you because I'm going to share one of the blocks on the list that is blocking your blessings. That's why I'm calling it a block. And I had that block, and I know that maybe sometimes you feel like you have that block. So I want to help you with that. So that's one of the things on the list that I am going to go through. But this morning I want to tell you that I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for you because as I progress in the spiritual journey, I truly see so much more how we are one. And I know you probably hear that word a lot, right? And people are, listen, I'm truly understanding how we are one body. And sometimes you hear that and people say that and they don't align with it. Because when you realize that we are one, I wish for you what I wish for myself. Now, that is real because a lot of us have not done that in the past, have actually done the opposite of that. You remember that, right? Like, I'm going to be doing me, bitch, and you going to be over there eating shit for being who you are, right? Now I'm into this alignment that whatever I want for myself, I want for you. So I want to say that's why I'm thankful for you this morning, because I realize that we are one. We are one. We are beautiful, and we are all seeking enlightenment and growth and love. So let me share these two things that you got to change immediately. Like I realized that you can be broke, have no money, and you still got to do these things. And I'm saying this, and that's the first thing that I point out, because sometimes you feel like just because you're not financially successful, that there's nothing else to work on, right? There's nothing else to work on. Just focus on that. But I got to tell you something. It doesn't matter if you rich, if you broke, if you doing good right now, if you not doing good, right? Remember I said we're all one. There's two things you got to do. And one of them is you got to change your heart. Listen, I'm realizing more and more each day how real this is. And I'm telling you this because I've been washing my dishes and I had a mental conversation that I was like, oh, wow. Who knows how long I've been doing that? And it wasn't a good one. It was still some resentment, right? Holding some resentment. And I said, that's not cool. See, I had not been on the spiritual journey, I would not have been awakened enough and enlightened enough to even realize that I was doing that. I say that to say that at that moment, I was like, oof, I still got to clean my heart. I got to clean my heart because even though I walk around positive and feeling good and encouraging people, I just had a negative mental conversation. I got to clean my heart. Right? And I say that because you ain't got to be rich, broke. You ain't got to be doing good, bad. There's things that you harbor in here. And no matter what your circumstances, you can't make it an excuse not to do it. You can't say, I'm not doing good right now, so I can't do that. Or I'm going through a divorce, and that's why I'm doing that. You got to clean your heart because I'm realizing on this journey that feels like I'm quantum leaping on right now. I feel like it's just taking off my realizations of things. I'm telling you right now, because I love you, that if you don't clean that heart, that you could work all you want, you could promote yourself all you want, you can chase money, you can dig your head in the books and try and grow and build and ignore people and get out of your toxic environments and you got little things like that going on for yourself to keep you on a positive vibe and alignment and note, but you still got some stuff in your heart. And if you don't clean that stuff out in your heart, it don't matter what you building or what you got going on. It will get torn down. That stuff in your heart will come meet you one day when you at your highest. And you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with it if you want your life to be right. If you want to walk right. Right? Because I want to share something with you also. In Proverbs 16:9, it says, the mind of man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. So we all got a plan in here. We all think what we want, how much money we want, our future, where we want to be, what we want to do in life. But God directs our steps, right? How many times you ended up someone you like, oh my God, I can't believe it, right? How did this happen? How did I meet you? How did we connect? This is crazy. Your steps are directed. Your plan is made by you and your mind, but your steps are ordered and directed. And if you want to be directed and ordered, and you want to feel like you quantum leaping and you making it there and you really getting into alignment and you going where you want to be, then you got to clean your heart. If you want it fast like that, right? Because we sit home, we're like, why are these results taking so long? Or why am I in this space so long? Or when is this going to be over? Whatever it is that you're questioning. If you want those things to turn around and start to change for you, and you want things to blossom and other opportunities to present themselves and things that you're working on to grow, and especially your income, right? You want your finances to grow, you got to clean your heart. You cannot do what I found myself doing while I was washing dishes. Washing dishes and having a negative mental conversation. You know what I'm talking about. You've been there before where you washing a dish and you like, I hate that bitch. Who she think she is? How she eat what? And it's all, your lips, you ain't moving. It's all in here. You got to clean your heart. Because if you still hold resentment, and you may say you don't, the only way you're going to find out is when you start going on the spiritual journey and you start becoming enlightened, and you become aware. When you become aware, that's when you start waking up to your personal thoughts, to your personal feelings. And when you finally wake up to those thoughts and feelings, you're going to realize, wow, I do have to do what Ty said. I must do that. I must clean my heart, because I've awoken to some things in there that don't make me happy, that bring me bad memories, that make my blood boil for a minute that I'm washing dishes, right? Right? So you got to clean your heart. That's number one. That's the one thing. It doesn't matter what your circumstances, where you are, what you doing, how many kids you have, if you have company, you got to clean your heart. So if you're holding resentment against somebody today or a situation, just say, you know what? I bless you, and I release you. I release you from negativity or whatever hold I had your face or your name involved, and I release you from there. It's time to clean your heart, right? So that's number one. Number two, you've got, especially in a time like this, you've got to believe. You have got to believe. And I said this to myself in the kitchen this morning, because I said, Ty, if you don't believe, then who's going to believe? Who's going to believe for you? Who's going to believe that your dreams are going to come true? Who's going to believe that you're going to be where you want to be if you don't? That was real. And these are real moments I'm talking about when you're on this spiritual awakening, when you start getting closer to God. You start having these moments while you washing the dishes, while you in the kitchen making coffee. You start having these moments. And I'm like, I gotta believe. So I'm here to tell you that you gotta believe. No matter what it is that you're going through, you gotta believe that everything is gonna work out. Work out for your highest good. I'm not saying work out the way you want it to work out. It's gonna work out for its highest good. And I say highest good because God is your higher power, and He knows what's good, right? He knows where you need to be and where you don't need to be. He knows what you're ready for and what you're not ready for. Sometimes we think we're ready for something and we not. And thank God that He doesn't throw us in there when we think we're ready, because we'd be standing in the shit show. So you got to believe. You got to believe that everything is going to work itself out. But you got to stay in that faith, and you got to believe. You got to believe that there is a God, that there's a higher power, that you're not here alone, right? You were created, right? By the Creator. So every time you down and out and you're not feeling good and you worried about money or, your loved ones or your health or whatever it is, you got to say, nah, I got to believe. I gotta believe that this isn't it right here. There's more than this. And I gotta get out. I gotta shake my thoughts up, shake them up like Ty said, clean my heart, and I gotta believe that there's better than this. I gotta believe that this is gonna work itself out, and I gotta believe that this too shall pass. I gotta believe that this is not gonna last as long as I think it's gonna believe. As I think it's gonna last. You just got to believe. You got to believe that things are going to be all right. You got to go back and think about a situation where you came through and you was good, where you was nervous about, you didn't know how you was going to make it, and you just made it, because that will help you believe. So now I want to share with you some blocks that I've been hearing, and I've just been jotting them down because I'm like, they're so important. They're so important because I had some of these blocks, right? I still have some of these blocks. You may have some of these blocks, so I want to share them with you. And these are blocks that are in your way of blocking your blessings and blocking your beliefs. Remember, the first thing that you must do to stop blocking those blessings, you got to clean that heart. Now, 2, you got to believe. You got to start believing a little bit more that you're strong enough and things are going to work out. Here are some blocks that I've been hearing and coming across, from girls that are doing Find Your Boss, and they're sharing their sheets with me, and I'm able to read them. I love that. I love that because it helps me connect more and actually have this stuff to share with you. So one of the blocks is I'm not strong enough. I remember that. And if you feel that way, that's a block. You've got to start cleaning your heart. Maybe you feel like you're not strong enough because you've been knocked down a million times, or, you're a single mom, or whatever the case is making you feel like you're not strong enough. Number 2, I'm not organized or clever enough to do this. That's another block. Get organized. Don't sit there and say how you're not. Just get organized. Number 3, my mental health stops me from growing. I've heard that a lot. And I know that it's real. Right? I know people suffer from depression and mental illness, but you cannot let it stop you from growing. And that is a block, because this is something that this woman continues to repeat to herself. My mental health stops me from growing. And everything you believe, you receive. Right? So the 4th block is I'm a fraud. You may feel like you're selling something and you're totally not aligned with it. Right? I'm a fraud. I'm selling Herbalife, but I'm not healthy. Whatever the case is, you feel like a fraud for something. So I'm just not good enough. That's number 5. Number 1 was I'm not strong enough. I'm not organized or clever enough to do this. My mental health stops me from growing. I'm a fraud. I'm just not good enough. That was me. That was big for me. The next one is I'm not pretty enough to be successful. I remember thinking that stupidness. I mean, and I don't even want to say that stupidness, because I just got so aware right now that I don't want to make anybody feel down if they're believing that. It's not stupid. It's just a state that you're in that you need to get out of. And it's just some situations that you've been through, some things that make you feel like that. But I remember feeling like that. The next block is I'm weak. I remember actually saying that all the time when something happened in my life. If I lost a loved one or something, like, I'm weak, I can't deal with this, I can't take this. You've got to deal with that block. I'm weak. You got to start working on your faith. I might hurt people along the way. This is the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 8th block. There's 9. I might hurt people along the way. This is a big one, because you think about the people that are not aligned with your vision and dream, because they shouldn't have to be, right? They have their own. And you know that you want to go that way, and you have this strong feeling that they're not going to follow, or they're not going to support, or they're not going to understand, or you're going to go too far off the edge. And you think about, you might hurt some people along the way. I might outgrow them. I might leave them behind. I might start gaining opportunities and they won't. You start getting all these thoughts, and it becomes a block for you. Because then every time something good comes your way, an opportunity, that block will stand in the way. That vibration that you hold in your heart, that's going to stand in the way of your blessing. That block of, I'm going to hurt people. Because you're always going to make sure then, if that's the way you feel, that you're protecting them. And when it's time to take an opportunity, you might actually be hurting yourself with that block. The last block is people won't want to listen to me. People won't want to listen to me. That was mine. Before I started Fab City, right? It was a thought, and I'm like, oh my God, but why would people want to? And And then I got over that. I said, this is life. There's some things that resonate. There's some things that don't. People are always going to need to be fed spiritually and mentally. And boss women just show up for it. So shut up, Ty, and press that live button because you're needed, right? So I want you to get into the same alignment. So first you're going to have to clean your heart. Clean your heart, get all that resentment out there, start doing some forgiving so that we can start getting some blessings and more faith and more peace and more joy, which is going to help you in your second step of believing. Things are going to be a lot more easier to believe because you're cleaning out your heart. And when you start believing, you're going to go over some blocks that you have and you're going to start looking at them and affirming the opposite. So I love you, and I want you to have an amazing start of the week. I want you to know that you are powerful, you are amazing, and you have a gift inside of you to share with this world. And even if you are sharing it now, you have the gift to share it in a magnitude that you can't even imagine, right? You have the gift to reach hundreds and thousands and millions of people with what you have to say, what you have to share, the love you have to spread and give, and your knowledge and wisdom. So I want you today to never think that you're not good enough. You're good enough. You're amazing and you're worthy. You just need some awakening, right? You just need some God in your life. Once you get that and you start progressing on that spiritual path and you start connecting to God, His wisdom is going to allow you to do the cleaning. But first you got to make the intention. So today, make the intention. Say, today I intend to clean my heart, and today I intend to believe more. So I love you. I hope you have an amazing week. And if this has blessed you, please share it with somebody. Please invite someone into Fab City. Please comment, like. I love you.